travelling. It's better to see once than hear 100 times. Can you think of a more characteristic thought about travelling? We can't, but we have to admit it's right. Travelling is an activity that is on almost every young person's bucket list. We aren't going to discriminate against older people who feel the same desire. Travelling is fascinating, enriching, and adventurous. Dear listeners, welcome to our next episode and enjoy this new information feed.
Sloboda je kľúčom k nezávislosti. No, čo sloboda znamená pre teba? Štvorka ťa nebude obmedzovať. Sloboda pre mladých nie je len paušál. Sú to otvorené dvere do nového slobodného života. Tak daj záväzky bokom a prejdi do štvorky. Voľné minúty, SMS-ky a mobilné dáta dostaneš už za 4 € mesačne a to bez viazanosti. Všetko vyriešiš pohodlne na webe slobodapremladých.sk alebo v mobilnej appke Moja štvorka. Stačí, aby si mal potvrdenie o štúdiu. Tak na čo ešte čakáš?
Travel blogs, Instagram accounts, magazines and TV shows all give us the inspiration to travel and lure us to buy plane tickets to an island on the other side of the planet. Why is travelling so popular? Slovakia is known for its closed border during the communist regime, when travelling was complicated and there were only some exceptions when you could leave the country and work abroad. Once the borders were opened, Slovak people went crazy and travelling is now one of the hobbies mentioned in every CV. Our parents always put an emphasis on our age and the wide range of travel opportunities we have. Teenagers and adolescents dream about visiting many countries. But why is that? Do they want to get to know the culture of the countries, or is it more about the feeling of freedom? Probably a bit of both. Books and information on the internet can motivate us to find out interesting facts about different cultures, customs and traditions in our favourite destinations. The temptation of something unknown lures us to travel and get in touch with people from a particular country who can tell us about the destination the way no website on the internet ever can. A real person who is both a source of information and a guide can provide us with recommendations on which places are worth visiting. In addition to seeking adventure and relaxation in an unknown destination, another possible reason for travelling might also be to learn the language. There are many language camps or programs where you can live for a time with a surrogate family, which provides you with accommodation while you study the language in its own environment. Other opportunities include programs where you earn money and improve your speaking skills at the same time. Amazing. However, you do need to have a little money put aside for the agency and life in a foreign country. Relaxation, holiday, language learning, getting to know new people and work are usually included in a single package. When travelling, travellers need to use the services of hotels or apartments available on Airbnb, for example, which is an application through which you can make a reservation and make a deal with the owner of the apartment. The disadvantage of apartments is that they are not practical in terms of food preparation. Hotels are fully equipped with bars and restaurants where you can eat breakfast, lunch and dinner. However, apartments are known for their privacy. Discounts and last-minute trips are good value and also suitable for those with a limited budget. Nature lovers go camping and sleep in tents, which is a little cheaper than the other previously mentioned options. Hostels are the cheapest alternative, but the quality is usually low. Bed and breakfast accommodation, or B&Bs, which provide a bed and a tasty breakfast, are a perfect chance to spend quality time on holiday. While travelling, you need a passport or your ID to prove your identity, and when you travel to countries like Russia, you need a visa, which is a document proving your presence in the country. However, credit cards and cash are other essential things you must have in your purse to buy food or souvenirs. Insurance is something that can be the subject of discussion. Some travellers decide to go on holiday on their own without insurance, but it is recommended you take out insurance if you want to feel safe. If you need an injury examined in hospital, you are covered by the insurance company, which pays the fees for you. And the insurance also applies to your luggage, packed full of summer dresses, shorts, swimsuits, and sun cream. There are many ways of travelling, and you can choose the one that matches your needs, your destination, and your desired level of comfort. Travelling by car is a simple way of getting around in a relatively comfortable and quick way for short journeys. You can listen to the radio to entertain yourself as well as the children, for whom it is quite difficult to travel by car. Boot, or trunk in American English, enables you to take as many bags as you want without the threat of overweight luggage and extra payment. Another advantage is stopping anywhere and any time you want if other passengers are all right with little breaks at petrol stations. However, car haters might say that sitting in the back can give them car sickness, and they have no choice when travelling by car other than driving it or sitting in the passenger seat. As we already mentioned, short journeys are better for cars because long distances might annoy and exhaust you, as well as traffic jams possibly occurring on motorways in the event of an accident. Unfortunately, accidents happen very often, and even though it doesn't seem dangerous, you should be extra careful about driving. The driver is responsible for all passengers. Although travelling by car is always more comfortable than taking a bus or a tram when you want to go to work or school, think about the money you need to invest in petrol or possible repairs. We can't forget to mention that petrol and the huge number of cars in the world pollute the environment and the air, and that's why we should think about reducing the number of these four-wheeled monsters. Another vehicle you can use for land travel is the bus. Most of us know the bus as a means of public transport, taking crowds of people from one bus stop to another in a big city. But coaches are another option for getting to a dreamy destination. Hold on tight. These journeys are tiring, long, and quite often subject to delays. Frequently you can't rely on the arrival time written in the timetable, but you have to expect a delay. But at least the view from the window, it can calm you down. What is the most popular means of transport in Slovakia? Yes, it's the train, known for its limited amount of free tickets for students and seniors. Train transport in Slovakia is quite slow, even when it doesn't stop everywhere, and everyone is surprised when the train arrives at its final destination on time. The price for tickets is probably similar to bus tickets, but if you own cards like a Junior Rail or a Classic Rail card, your journey might be cheaper even when your student days are behind you. Travelling by train has the advantage of you being able to take a walk anytime you need to stretch your legs, or work on a computer or read books. There is a higher chance of meeting new people, which can be perceived both as a pro and a con. People who worry about travelling should try travelling by train, which is considered a safe option. Many people travelling from Košice to Bratislava pray for an easy and fast journey, which doesn't really match the image of cars or trains. It would be best to travel by plane because it's considered the fastest and safest way of travelling. Plane tickets, though, are quite expensive and you need to buy them in advance to get the best seat and price. However, websites like Pelican offer cheap plane tickets, usually for last-minute flights within a couple of days and only with hand luggage. If you want to take another suitcase, you have to pay extra. Flying by plane is never 100% sure. There are often cancellations or delays, and you need to take care of optional transfers from the airport to your hotel or home. Last but not least, there is the problematic issue of the impact on the environment, and unfortunately, the situation is the same as for cars. Pollution causes smog and has unpleasant consequences for our planet. A very interesting way to travel is a cruise that provides many options to experience an exciting holiday with a packed program. The ships usually look like a small city, so you don't even have to go off the ship to enjoy all the services. Hairdressers, shops, a swimming pool, gym, clubs, All this in one place. Isn't that amazing? Just forget about the film Titanic and the fact that ships can actually sink. The beginnings might be hard, and seasickness is, let's say it, a common start to many cruises. We recommend you try out an adventurous cruise, sailing from place to place. There's no time for boredom, and it really is an addictive experience. Older people in Slovakia complain about young people travelling abroad because they don't know the cities and places in their homeland. Slovakia boasts historical castles, national parks, mountains and forests. It offers many activities in all seasons. Skiing in the High Tatras is very popular for families and groups of friends, as well as wellness and spa services, providing a pleasant form of relaxing after tiring physical activities. Our country is becoming more and more popular with tourists from abroad, and we should also spread and promote the beauty of Slovakia in popular destinations for Slovaks such as Croatia, Bulgaria or Spain. Dear listeners, we are glad that you are loyal to us and listen to all our interesting resources. In this podcast, we have finished talking about reasons for travelling, whether it is for pleasure, a new experience, or just business trips dedicated to work, and about means of transport and their advantages and disadvantages. However, if you want to know more, listen carefully and take in some more knowledge. The English language is special in its names for different types of travelling. So if you go on a journey, you are indicating the process of travelling itself, without the importance of your destination. So if a journey is a process, you are actually making a trip for a couple of days or a longer weekend. These trips are perfect for recovering from the school or work routine, and you will feel reborn after them. The terms voyage, with its French origin, refers to a longer journey, either by ship or in space. Yes, a visit to space will be possible for ordinary mortals only in the distant future. However, be ready to use the notion of voyage correctly. How would you define a tour? Do you imagine the tour of your favourite musician? Basically, you are right. A musician performs in different places, and when you are on tour, even though you are not a celebrity, you do the same and visit several places for pleasure. If you don't want to travel by train or bus, you can carpool. Find your transport in a car going in the same direction as you want to go, where you divide the fuel costs with the driver and other passengers. How to carpool? Join some groups on social media, and drivers usually post announcements for a drive for a specific place, date and time. However, if you spontaneously decide to travel to your destination, you can probably try hitchhiking. This activity is not common in Slovakia, but if you are brave enough to stand by the side of the road and wait for a stranger to give you a ride, go for it. However, be careful. Travelling is liberating, adventurous, and the best teacher for history, cultures and languages. Travel as much as you can, take photos and enjoy your life. Dear listeners, thank you very much for listening. We will be delighted if you subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, or write a comment on YouTube. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. We hope you listen to us again soon.